I hear my enemies speculate about my motives, my ambition.
We have received news of an alarming development on the Civil War front. Massing his forces in the regular system, Admiral Bosch outmaneuvered the Colossus and its battle group. Rebel Armada is now en route for the Gamma Draconis system via Polaris, Epsilon Pegasi, and Capella. Their final destination, the Knossos subspace portal. Allied forces destroyed a number of NTF warships as they ran our gauntlet of jump node blockades. However, rebels have sufficient firepower to threaten our positions in Gamma Draconis. The Colossus and its battle group are in close pursuit, neutralizing enemy stragglers. We must hold Gamma Draconis until these reinforcements arrive. Our squadrons will assist with the blockade of the Capella node. As the rebels begin their incursion, our objective will be to inflict as much damage as possible. The second phase will involve a counterstrike against enemy rallying positions, where the rebels will gather to coordinate their final attack. We must diminish the NTF's offensive capability before our confrontation at the node. This campaign may prove to be the Admiral's final gambit. Whether or not Bosch reaches the portal, the NTF regime and its domination of Polaris, Regulus, and Sirius are effectively over. Command has disclosed neither the motives behind Bosch's actions nor the consequences should the Admiral succeed. Do know, 18 months of carnage and terror will soon come to an end. The Aquitaine has just received 4 wings of the new GTB Artemis, the Alliance's next-generation light bomber. The most agile ship of its class, the Artemis will carry the Cyclops torpedo, our modified anti-cruiser warhead. I have reassigned pilots to the 64th Raptors. This squadron will play a bomber and heavy assault role in the upcoming operation. The Artemis will be armed with the new Prometheus cannon. Our nebular gas miners have gathered sufficient resources to resume production of the GTW-5 Prometheus S. The S-type is based on the original design of the Prometheus cannon. With high marks for shield and hull damage, the Prometheus was our weapon of choice in the Great War.
This is Commander Beckett, leader of the 64th Raptors Bomber Squadron. At 0457, NTF warships entered the Gamma Draconis system and engaged our blockade. So far, we've taken down the NTC Absalon, the NTC Canaxa, and several troop transports. Admiral Petrarch has called in the 64th to assist. The Vasudans are leading the blockade with the GBD Heditet, a Typhon-class destroyer. The Alliance has also set up a network of 5 Mjolnir RBCs, or remote beam cannons. These unmanned experimental weapon platforms discharge anti-warship beams to complement the defense of a strategic target. The NTF fleet will enter through the Capella jump node. Each warship will then jump to a rallying point within the Gamma Draconis system. In the interval between jumps, they will re-energize their subspace drives. Your role will be to neutralize the warships with your Cyclops torpedoes. The Iceni has already slipped through our defenses, but we will make every effort to track Bosch down before the rebels rally their forces and attack. According to intelligence, the NTD Uhuru, the NTC Pax, the NTC Liberty, and the NTC Undaunted have entered the subspace node and are heading for the blockade.
Look sharp, Alpha. NTF ships are headed your way. The NTD Uhuru is now in system. Take down that destroyer and neutralize the escort.
Bandits incoming! Copy, pilot. Support ship in transit. Heads up. Enemy wing closing.
The NTC Liberty now entering the system. AO is crashed.
Full integrity,
NTF ships are headed your way. The NTD Uhuru is now in system. Take down that destroyer and neutralize the escort.
Bandits incoming! IFF confirmed. Hostiles inbound.
The NTC Liberty now entering the system. Aeolus class cruiser. Following escort Alpha. Undaunted, the Leviathan-class cruiser has entered the fray.
Exploration objective neutralized. Stand clear of the blast. Low integrity failing. Get me out of here, Command.
Stay focused, Alpha. The battle's not over yet. The NTCV Perseverance has cleared the node.
They just can't wait, Butchers.
The Perseverance is no more. That's what you fine boys get paid for.
Excellent work, pilot. With our blockade of the Capella jump node, the Alliance has achieved a major victory. The Mjolnir RBCs and the bombing action of the 64th negated a significant component of the Rebel fleet. The Raptors neutralized all hostile warships that crossed our lines. No other squadron can make that claim. Our unit will be redeployed ASAP. Report to the Ready Room on the double. For demonstrating exceptional skill in combat, you are hereby awarded the Distinguished Flying Cross. Reconnaissance has located one of the NTF's rallying points within the Gamma Draconis system. The rebels are preparing to execute a coordinated strike to acquire control of the Gnosis subspace portal. Intelligence believes the NTF has sufficient firepower to mount a credible offensive. Your primary target is the Iceni, Bosch's command ship. The 64th Raptors will lead the strike. The Vasudans will sortie the GVC Hyksos and a wing of Serapis fighters to assist. We will deploy additional forces as they become available. You are now authorized to carry the GTM-10 Piranhas, a third-generation version of the synaptic bomb. The Piranha provides a high-explosive anti-fighter screen. Trigger the Piranha's detonation by pressing your launch button a second time.
here.
Roger that, sir. Engaging your target.
What's the situation, Beta?
Roger that. I've got a visual on the Vindicator, but the Iceni's nowhere to be found. Either Recon screwed up, or Bosch jumped already.
Incoming jump signature. Hostile configure it.
Should we abort our attack command?
Negative, pilots. Destroy the Vindicator. Neutralize any rebel ship that reaches the rallying point. We'll intercept Bosch at the portal. Recon will track down the Iceni. Keep an eye out in case Bosch jumps in from another rallying point.
Roger, Command. We'll take him down.
blockade of the Capella jump node. We are tracking the vessel to your rallying point. The Alba will emerge from subspace momentarily.
Heads up, enemy wing closing in.
Rearming complete, sir. You're good to go. I copy, pilot. Support ship in transit.
An Aeolus-class cruiser has jumped in. Watch the flight patterns of that ship.
Hostiles approaching fast. Rearming sequence aborted.
Because of your achievements, character, and potential, you are duly awarded the rank of Lieutenant Junior Grade. You faced down fierce resistance and damaged the rebel fleet. The NTF has commenced its attack on the Knossos subspace portal, but the efforts of our squadron have significantly reduced their offensive capability. Our strikes against the other rebel rallying points also achieved major victories, though Admiral Bosch remains at large. This is the beginning of the end for the NTF. The NTF has attacked our warships defending the Knossos. We repelled their first offensive, but the NTC Alexandria reached the portal and made the jump into the nebula. We believe the rebels are regrouping to launch a second assault. Command has positioned the GTA Monitor to hold off the attack, and reinforcements are on their way. The 64th will play a fighter role in this mission. The NTF have a few Zeus and Medusa wings remaining, so your objective will be to engage all rebel bombers and neutralize their fighter escort. The Colossus has engaged the NTC Vanguard and the NTC-V Congreve. We will move the Colossus into position as soon as this battle has been resolved. Keep an eye out for the NTF Iceni. If this vessel emerges within range, you are authorized to engage and destroy it. Bosch has eluded our forces since he entered the Gamma Draconis system. Though we anticipate Bosch will either attempt to gain control of the Knossos or enter the portal itself, be prepared for any development. This is the endgame, pilot. Bosch's Neo-Terran front has been crushed. Only the die-hard fanatics remain. They'll fight to the death and take as many of us with them as they can. We have every confidence in your ability to get the job done. Good luck. The Aquitaine now has available the GTM-4A Tornado, a modified version of a Hornet missile. With improved fire control systems and guidance computers, the Tornado can fire more often and with greater accuracy than the Hornet. Be advised the Tornado will fail to arm its ordnance properly if aspect lock has not been achieved. You are also authorized to carry the new GTM-11 Inferno, a wide-area fighter suppression warhead. The Inferno is a remote detonation missile. Hit your secondary trigger a second time to detonate. A HUD indicator will display the warhead's distance. The Inferno will release multiple submunitions with ultra-high explosive charges.
To the Gnosis Alpha Wing. All is quiet on this front. We repelled the NTF's first wave, but they'll make another run. We just received word the Colossus took down the NTC Vanguard.
Affirmative. We'll keep you covered, Monitor. Those bombers won't get within 2 clicks of you. Intercept Aquarius Wing! Neutralize their warheads before they impact the Monitor!
And keep an eye on the fighter escort. Don't let those bandits flank you.
An Aeolus-class cruiser has jumped in! It's the NPC Loyola! The rebels have begun to charge! They've got a wing of Loki's flying escort! Destination Sagittarius!
destroying support ship now. Please stand by. Hostile configuration. The Denton jumped in. Engage at your discretion. We lost 40 pilots fighting the Denton in Polaris. He's heading for the subspace portal. Colossus, open fire with all forward turrets. Incoming jump signal.
Raging to attack. Command, we're experiencing a global malfunction in fire control. We need 30 seconds to get artillery online.
We don't have that kind of move, Colossus.
The Iceni has reached the Noxus. It's jumping into the nebula. Enemy now, sir. Command, the rebels are withdrawing. Command, should we pursue the Iceni through the portal?
Negative. We'll send in a search party to find the Admiral. The Neo-Terran front has been crushed, pilots. The rebellion is over. Return to base.
In recognition of your contributions to the GTVA's victory over the NTF insurgency, you are hereby awarded the NTF Campaign Victory Star. For your service in Deneb, Epsilon, Pegasi, and Gamma Draconis, the GTVA Security Council and General Assembly extend their gratitude for your service. Aiken Bosch has eluded capture once again. Jumping in near the Gnosis was a risky maneuver, but it enabled him to reach the nebula. Rebel saboteurs on board the Colossus temporarily shut down fire control to give the Iceni a window of opportunity. These operatives are now in custody. Admiral Petrarch has requested recommendations for pilots to participate in an officer exchange program with the Vasudans, and your name is at the top of the list. You'll be an outstanding representative of our squadron, our ship, and our species.